listen closely, because this might sting. Here's a truth you may have been avoiding. You can love someone with your whole heart and still have to walk away. Not because you stopped loving them, but because they stopped valuing you. We always talk about breakups filled with anger and betrayal, but nobody ever warns you about the heartbreak of leaving someone you still deeply care about. The breakup that's still filled with love. You stayed, you tried, you held the relationship together with both hands while theirs were comfortably in their pockets. You became the chief emotional officer, the planner, the forgiver, and the fighter, all at once. You loved them loudly, while they loved you only when it was convenient. And this didn't happen overnight. It was a slow, quiet fade. A death by 1,000 paper cuts. First, the small things stopped. The good morning texts, the random thinking of you messages, the effort to plan a date, until you were the only one planning anything. Then came the excuses, the I'm just too busy right now, the sorry, I forgot to things that mattered to you, the flimsy reasons that all had the same hidden meaning, you are not my priority. And perhaps the worst part? The confusion. They'd give you just enough affection to make you question your own unhappiness. One good day would erase a week of distance. You'd get a glimpse of the person you fell in love with and you'd think, see, it's still there. I'm just being dramatic. You weren't being dramatic. You were being starved and you were mistaking crumbs for a feast. Then one day it hits you with the force of a tidal wave. You weren't being loved. You were being tolerated. Your presence felt optional, not cherished. Your feelings started to feel like they were too much, only because they were giving you so little in return. Your heart broke long before the relationship actually ended. It broke every time you made an excuse for them. It broke every time you went to bed feeling lonely, even when they were lying right next to you. And that's when you finally understood. Staying wasn't an act of love anymore. It was an act of self-abandonment. It was choosing them over yourself, over and over, hoping that one day, one of your sacrifices would finally be big enough to make them choose you back. Because here is the real painful reason you stayed so long. The one that's harder to admit than just love. You weren't just scared of losing them. You were scared that if they stopped wanting you, it meant you weren't worth wanting at all. This became your secret terror. This fear is what kept you chained to them. It wasn't just love, it was your entire self-worth that you had handcuffed to their approval. You thought leaving them meant accepting a final verdict that you were, at your core, unlovable. You weren't just fighting for the relationship. You were fighting against this devastating idea of yourself. But you need to hear this, and let it sink into your bones. Their inability to see your value does not diminish your value. Their inability to choose you does not make you unchoosable. It was never your job to teach them how to value you. It was your job to notice when they didn't, and to value yourself enough to walk away. That's why walking away wasn't a sign of weakness. It was the hardest, most brutal, most beautiful display of strength you have ever shown. It was the moment you finally remembered who you are. Read this twice if you need to. You did not lose them. They lost someone who would have given them the entire world. They lost someone who was willing to fight for them when they weren't even willing to fight for themselves. You didn't walk away because the love died. You walked away because your self-respect was finally reborn. One day, you were going to meet someone who loves you with the same intensity that you loved them, and you will finally understand why it never worked out. Because the right person won't make you fight to be seen. If this video felt like it was written about you, I want you to do one thing. Go to the comments and write, I choose me. You deserve to declare it. Thank you for watching.